Hi, we have all seen people share their guesses about the effects of artificial intelligence adoption. Because you cannot bet your future on those opinions, the predictions generate anxiety rather than serving as a guide for decisions. What I had not seen until now was a methodical and evidence-based study on that subject. And a couple of weeks ago, Microsoft researchers published a paper titled Measuring the Occupational Implications of Generative AI. Join me in exploring the most interesting bits of the paper, including the list of jobs on both the surviving and the replaced lists. I will also share the link to the original paper so you can read it on your own if you wish. We'll look at the conclusions and list of jobs in a minute, but let's first understand how the researchers arrived at them. They looked at how millions of people using the Microsoft Bing Copilot, which is the Microsoft version of ChatGPT, and they listed at the areas where the LLMs were most successful helping people effectively and what types of skills it could perform well. Then, the team looked at the skills necessary to perform each human occupation and match the ones from the previous exercise, measuring what they call AI applicability score, which is the metric that objectively evaluates how capable LLMs are to perform a substantial set of skills required by those occupations. So, here is the list of the top 40 occupations with large overlap with AI LLM capabilities, which indicates a high level of AI disruption. We see interpreters and translators at the top of the list, which should not be a big surprise. We have all experienced automated translation between languages with quality similar to human translations. Also very high in the list are sales and customer service reps, and those are a cause of concern because those occupations employ a very large number of people today. Talking to customers is a very human activity, but if all you're doing is following some pre-programmed script that's reactive to what customers say, then your job is likely to be automated very soon. And finally, perhaps the most surprising is to see occupations like data scientist and management analyst in the list. Isn't the AI area all about analyzing data and business models? The answer is yes. And if you are designing data systems and modeling business, I wouldn't think you should worry about your job. If your job is mostly looking at reports designed by someone else to identify trends and patterns, that portion of the job can easily be automated and replaced with AI. Let's now switch to the occupations that AI is less capable of replacing in the short term. At the top of the list is phlebotomists. And I know, I had to look it up too. The term refers to the occupation of the person who draws your blood from your veins when you go for a blood exam. I don't see any big surprises in the list of occupations. We see healthcare occupations like nurses and surgeons, as well as workers operating the physical world like roofers and dishwashers. While looking at the top and bottom list of occupations is interesting and insightful, I think the effects of AI in jobs are more nuanced. Let's take software development. It's an occupation that employs a very large number of people and is overrepresented here in the audience of this channel. The need for computer scientists to continue to evolve the design of software systems, including AIs, not only will continue but is exploding. You have probably seen companies like Meta, Google, OpenAI, Apple, and Microsoft fighting for AI engineering talent, but the problem is that a large portion of software engineers today are working on basic programming, accessing existing open source code, configuring the code for some specific application. That's what I call cut and paste engineering, and those roles will disappear in the long term. I think that example applies to any other major career, and this is the takeaway I thought I would like to share with you today. You need to focus on the human skills that are not easy to automate. Anyone working on repetitive tasks that follow some script or process and doesn't involve action in the physical world are at risk. As an extra watch, I recommend this video on navigating college in the era of AI. It also applies to early career professionals looking for advice on which skill areas to develop further. And I see you in the next episode of Careerscast.